What is up, YouTube? So today we're going to be going over 3 ways of layering your sounds to make a full sound. It's there's more techniques than the 3 I'm going to show you, but these are the 3 I use most of the time, and they're pretty simple to do. So the first one, we're going to be using a return, but we're also going to be splitting the sound. So let's just pick any sound. Alright, and let's just record a note, so just so it's there, and we'll loop it. So it sounds nice, but we want the sub going, we want some reverb going on it and all that. So what we're gonna do is duplicate it. We're gonna turn the EQ on the first channel and roll off all that low end. And then the second one, we're gonna do the opposite. And we're going to go ahead and roll off all that high end. Now we're going to do some adjustments just to, get it more of a sub. We could also do a direct out. And that's going to go ahead and give us a sub. Now when you put an EQ on here, you can see the full sound. It still needs some more low end, so we'll turn it up. That's much better. So now we're at 2 layers, but now we want some reverb. Well, I set up a return track for this type of thing, so maybe we'll try the short first on just the high, leave the sub as is. We could also bring that down to mono, but we could even better pick the left or right, and that'll give us a cleaner mono sound. So now this sound is wider, and then we could add in and if that's too small, we could go ahead and go to the track reverb, which is a little bigger, just under 2 seconds, and turn that up. So that sounds a lot better than just this. So that's one way to layer it. You could even get more detailed and turn this down, turn the reverb off, and then just like distort it crazily, which this already has a lot of distortion on it, but say you want to maybe just take off some of the effects. We'll keep the compressor on, turn the EQ and filter off. So by itself, it sounds pretty horrible. But all together, it gives it just that much, grit and presence on the high end. So the original sound again, and our layered sound. Then you could go ahead and bounce this out, and then you have an audio piece. Or you could do it all in one by splitting the groups up in here, which that's what I love about Ableton. Instead of 3 tracks, we could get it all going on one MIDI track. So that's very cool. And then you could, save the preset, and you just turned Serum preset into your own crazy beefed up version. Now we're going to go into the second way I layer, and that would be kind of similar, but we do something a little different, and it's more for lead sounds. So we're going to go in here, we'll start up here, and we'll pick a normal lead sound. So we'll just go into the generic. That will do. So let's delete our layers. So that's our basic. Now how I do it is another 3 layers, But you could also do it within a group as well. So we're going to pan one all the way to the right, one all the way to the left, and this one's our middle sound. But we could also, if it sounds too crazy, pick whatever phase sounds better, the left or the right. And now we have a mono sound with the one pan to the left and right, and it should give us a nice big sound. So it's louder obviously because there's more layers, but it's wider. It just gives more punch rather than making one sound do, the mids and sides. You could split it up and have a left and right, and then have one just playing the mids. So that way, the song goes to mono. It's gonna sound there, and these may disappear because they're left and right. So maybe if we turn it up, let's match the levels on the other side. So, and it sounds to me a lot better. And to get it even more crisp, you could go ahead and roll off, not so much, but unless you're gonna layer with the sub, then you would want to roll off a lot. But this is gonna be louder now, but it sounds much crisper and cleaner. Mid in there is like ringing pretty high, and if you want to adjust that, you could go into here, give it some mids, maybe take out some of the high. And that's my second technique of layering. So my last tip is making a chord out of 3 different sounds. So we could do, well, it's not gonna sound the same. You could do just like a basic chord. We'll see. Let's just do a piano or something. So something like that. But what I like to do is put these on 3 different channels. We're going to control J them so they're all together. Now what I would do on this one is turn off the top 2, turn off the bottom, and I'm just pressing 0 to deactivate them. And then this one would turn off the bottom 2. So now we have a chord across 3 sounds. And then we could do, a piano on one. What did I do? Ballad, grand. And then we'll go to pluck or something on here. And the last one, we will go with a contact library like strings or something. You could also put like a bass as the bottom note, which we'll try to. Did I pass the strings? Yeah, I passed them. Where are they? I had them all organized on my last library or my laptop, but now on my desktop they're not all in order how I had them, which I would like to do. I just keep forgetting. So we want like something. So we have a nice big sound, but if we duplicate the bottom note and do another contact library and do maybe horns, that would be cool. Bass trombone. And then do the same thing. Have something obviously not low enough, so and of course the piano is going to sound more powerful and stuff, but the point is to layer up all these sounds to create a chord and not just have them all playing the same notes. But you could also do the same thing. So maybe on the piano, you put the full chord, and now that we have the bass, the mid, and then the high note of the chord, we could do it all together. Maybe we want even lower on this one. So it's just different ways of layering up sounds and getting more unique sounds from different sounds, or splitting your sound into different processing and all that stuff. And again, all of these you could send the we'll send like the full group out. And give it that nice wide sound. So as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Give us a thumbs up if this has helped you out in any way. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.